fucking name. What's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome back to Cryptic Critters. It's been 2 weeks. We had a break, of course, for the holidays, and the critters had their own break in many ways, as they have now leveled up to level 7, and we now have the restart of the Community Challenge as well. Only this time it's for half the amount of last time, so that people don't have to spend 100,000 channel points. You just only 50 this time, 50k. But today we've got the staple crew as ever. We've got Mars, Lex, Luca, and Twisted. How's everybody doing? How was your holidays?
It was all right.
Good. It's been going well.
Good. I've had this awful cough. Yesterday,
My sister also has an awful cough.
well, I had mine for 3 months, and then yesterday I coughed so hard. I needed to get up to go to the bathroom sink, which is it's right next door to my study, so it wasn't far. But when I get there, it's I start getting really dizzy because I'm coughing that hard that it's just knocking the wind out of me. So because I'm dizzy, I lean forward. But when I lean forward, I start to pass out, and I then hit my head on the sink and actually knock myself out. And I wake up on the floor of the bathroom at the top of the stairs. So I very nearly fell down the stairs. That would not have been great.
I think I'm missing monies. I just realized.
Oh. I mean, it resets from your D&D Beyond.
10K back, right?
I keep a record of all of it in the Word document anyway, so whatever you've got in your character sheet doesn't really make any difference.
Okay, it just I keep track of it in the character sheet, so my brain don't forget.
Well, if you want an update,
Yes, please.
you have 10,940.
Thank you.
Twisted is on 58,365. Luca is on 18,770. And Lex is on 720.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, here we are, back again. Yeah, we're back in critters mode. Is everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
Yep. Welcome back from your 2-week break for Porphymus. Porphymus is a time of year that we all know and love. We all recognize and spend time together. Of course, Porphymus is in reference to Porpho, and what we do is we each give a gift to a loved one with the understanding that they must eat the gift before midnight that night, or Porpho will come and swallow them into the dark abyss. I'm wondering, did any of you give any gifts this year? And if so, what were they? Did you force your loved ones into the abyss, or were they able to swallow them?
Turkey.
You gave a gift of a turkey?
Yes.
And they had to swallow the thing whole,
turkey.
Yes?
No.
Well, that's the tradition.
Oh,
So-
a bite of turkey.
Ah, you gave them a bite of turkey. Then not so bad. They should probably be able to do that before they get swallowed by Porpho themselves. Anybody else? Elena, Luca, Livia.
Nope, too poor.
Ah,
Nope,
fair enough.
I
Fair.
made them deviled eggs. Does that count?
Deviled eggs. And how does one damn an egg to hell?
Devour the unborn.
I was gonna say you boil it for a long time.
Oh, you boil the hell out of it. Ha! Very
Into it. You gotta boil it
Fair.
into it.
Very
you gotta
good.
boil the hell into it to make it deviled eggs.
Well, let's stop flogging a dead horse and start flogging some live ones, I guess. Unfortunately, as you may have heard, a couple of weeks ago, some kind of cataclysmic event happened that we're not entirely sure what it was. It shook the ground, it shook every piece of reality. And there was, as you may remember from your last voyage into adventure, you were at a feast for giants. Well, as we've not really had that many commissions come through for you to go and loot any more caves or laboratories, as you are wont to do, we thought that we might just take advantage of what happened and the fallout. And falling out is the right term, because of course one of the giants from that feast fell from their heavenly host splendor up on the cloud tops up there, and landed on this coastal town, a small coastal town. They were all otherwise placed. They were out of in the wilderness celebrating their own Porthmas traditions. So thankfully nobody was hurt. But a lot of their belongings were crushed, and it's our job to try and scavenge them. Now, of course, other scavengers are in the area. You will notice that there are a few boats here. One of them has been wrecked on the shore, it looks like. But we've only just turned up here, and we've not heard anything here, so this one's a risky one. You will still be able to return if you don't survive this excursion. But it might be in your best interests to try and get out alive as best you can, because I don't imagine that you're going to find this particularly pain-free. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin. Livia, you are top of the initiative order. What would you like to do?
I see some suspicious-looking fishermen on the distance on two sides.
Yeah, so what you can see for free, they are shark people. They are a race called the Sahwagin. They are like a humanoid shark race. And they are in boats around the area trying to scavenge.
So then I assume they are aggressive towards us.
Assume all you like.
Still, I instantly attack them. So I instant go onto my broom.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the distance I need to fly, and then cast fire. Lightning bolt.
Okay. Right. So these guys need to take the dexterity save?
Yep.
Alright, let's have a look. That's one success. And another success. They both got exactly 15. They both passed. Lovely. Okay, what's next?
I guess I'm just gonna go towards this chest right here.
Okie dokie. And you're going to open that up?
Yep.
Alright. You take out the contents and put them into your usual pouch. At the moment, you don't know what the value of everything is because it's not a predetermined location. So you'll find out later how much you're gaining for each one. But yeah, good job. Anything else to do on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Nice. Then it's now the Sahuagin's turns. They are, of course, not particularly happy with what you just did. And they also have a swim speed. Because they're shark people. So this guy is going to take the dash action to get up to here next to you. And this guy is going to take the dash action to get up here next to you as well. And if I can just take that chest away from you. Okay, so that's two of them that are now ready. The lightning bolt is quite a bright flash of something. So even if they didn't see something aggressive happening, these are people that live in this world. They live in a magical existence. They're aware that spells exist and that people are likely going to be around here. So these two up here are going to intimate that something has happened. And they're going to be heading their way over. These two also have swim speeds, of course. And they can just make it to Luca with a dash. And then this guy can just get to there. Now, Livia and Luca, are you focused on these guys or are you looking at the environment around you?
I'm currently looking at these guys.
I'll probably look at the peoples in front of me.
Okay. You see that their eyes go a bit cloudy. And then they go back to normal again. Ronna, it's your turn.
Bin. We opened the bin.
You open it up.
Yep.
Okie dokie. You get the contents.
And is that object interaction?
Yeah, free object interaction.
Just
These are like, we're using the usual chest icon because it is an object that you have to open up and look in. But these are submerged barrels that have been like strewn from whatever building this was that the giant landed on before they got up and walked off. These barrels are containing something precious, we think, okay. And so the basically Ragnar is just getting you all to scavenge what there is because other people seem interested. So it must be valuable.
Okay. Well, these boots are made for walking. We're gonna open this one too.
You are in the water. Do you have a swim speed? No.
I have a walk speed.
You have a walk speed, which means that it would be counted as difficult terrain. So this would be it would take twice your it'd take twice your movement to go the same distance.
So I can go about halfway, I think. Then.
So yeah, you've got a walk speed of 30. Yeah. So 60 with the boots, which then means that you can go 30 on your first.
Yeah.
Which would be to here.
Oh, whoops. Okay, I'm off by 1. Not bad though. Almost got it. Okay.
Then you have the potential to do
action.
So you can action dash to go another 15, or you can cunning action dash as well. So that would because you used your bonus action already. So then the action dash can get you another 15 if you want to.
Not like I can hit anything, so might as well.
Okie doke. That's end of your turn then. Luca.
Yeah. Because there's a person in front of me and I don't really need to move anywhere, I'm not going to activate my boots of speed yet.
Okay.
But I am gonna stab something.
Go stab.
Maybe.
You hit
Yee.
with a dirty 20. You definitely hit.
And with that bonus that I didn't use, I'm gonna go stab again.
You hit again.
Yee.
Describe the kill on the first Sahwagin.
I'm gonna just slit its throat because I'm using my dagger.
Nice.
Yee.
Nice.
And then I'm chill. Well,
Okay.
wait. I have movement speed and object interaction still, right?
Yep. It's still difficult terrain, so it takes twice as much distance to move the same speed.
I'm gonna just poke that chest.
Alright. Good stuff.
Now I'm good.
You don't want to move anywhere else as well?
Nah, I figured I must stab that one soon.
Nice. Fair enough. Well, the guys that were in the water and are now, two of them mostly dead, one of them full dead, and the last one still untouched. You get some idea of perhaps what their white eyes were doing, as now some hunter sharks appear from out of the depths, and these seem intent on attacking you. So this guy is going to go towards Runner. This guy is going to go towards Luca. And in fact, Elena. And then this guy, let's see, what distance can this go? Oh yeah, just. This guy can get up towards Livia. And this guy over here can get to there. So he's going to go that way. So you start seeing these hunter sharks coming in through the... They must have come in from the coast. Because this is not like a... This isn't in the sea. This is on land. But a lot of the water from the coast has spilled in from there because of this massive impact that the crater that the giant has left. And it's just like flooded the area. But then it was a village. So, you know, so much rubble underneath the waves. And these sharks start attacking. So we'll start with the one next to our friend Runner. Yeah. You know. You go.
I'm not seeing them right now.
Oh, I see it now. I had no idea where we were supposed to be looking.
Appeared.
There you go. So first one next to Runner is going to attack.
Meat fish.
Does a 25 hit?
Yeah. 21 is the AC.
Okie dokie. Then you take 13 damage. Next
Okay.
one is going to attack Luca. This one rolled an 8, so I'm assuming that doesn't hit you.
Nah.
And then this one rolls a 16 to hit Livia, which just beats your AC. Meets it, beats it. And that is going to give you... If you want to.
Yep.
Alright, that's your reaction gone. But you've got that shield on there now.
And the lights are activated.
Yeah, did you do one for your lightning bolt earlier as well? You did. Oh yeah, you did. I saw it there. 14. Okay, so you've triggered this. Let's see what you get. 87. 87 is... You cast Fly on a random creature within 60 feet of you. So a random creature within 60 feet of you. So let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 of them total. How many of those are within 60 feet? So that is 60 feet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be It's going to be one of your opponents. You're going to cast it on one of your opponents. Yeah. Let's roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
One of them is dead.
Oh, there's one that you've not seen yet.
Are?
Okay, so 5. This is going to cast it onto the Hunter Shark directly in front of you. So you've cast Fly on the Hunter Shark.
Flying sharks.
Flying
No.
sharks now. That's
Not again.
never a good thing. We don't need more flying sharks. Right. Let's just get the wording of this spell up so that everybody understands exactly what's happened here. It's a 3rd level transmutation spell. By touch, it has to be a willing creature. This is all, you know, completely negated for the effects of the Wild Surge. It lasts for 10 minutes. The target gains a flying speed of 60 feet for the duration. When the spell ends, the target falls as if it is still aloft, unless it can stop the fall. So basically, this shark, which had a swim speed of 40, now also has a fly speed of 60. So I've seen sharks coming in and out of the water. They can survive for 6 seconds without needing to go through with their gills. They'll be able to fly, no problem. Because fly is not hover. Fly is... you have to land at the end of your fly. So the 60 feet doesn't land in midair. It lands on the ground where you would end. So these guys are going to be leaping up out of the water, flying around, and then landing in the water again. So this guy's now got fly, which is very cool. I'm sure he's very proud of himself. Right, so we've got a flying shark. But you did successfully cast shield, so that's something. Next is going to be Elena's turn. Elena, what are you doing?
I'm clicking wrong buttons. I'm
You punching?
yeah.
The shark, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
It's that or Luca, isn't it? You hit the shark. But you got a 2 on the die, but a 15 total because of your bonus is a plus 13. That's insane. Okay. You hit the shark for 11 damage. What's next for you? Second attack. Is this your offhand attack?
This is.
Or are you doing a flurry of blows? Oh, you've got extra attack as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so is this a second attack? Definitely hits with a 29. Alright, this shark looks to be about half health. Go for an action surge. Okay. Take a second action, please.
Where am I? There it is. Okay.
16 hits. 16 damage. Alright, it's on Death's Stoop. Not quite Death's Door, but it's getting there.
And then offhand.
Ooh, a 32. A dirty 32. That's very nearly a crit.
One away from a crit.
Yeah. Okay, and 15 damage. Describe the kill on this shark. Bearing in mind it's underwater.
Lena unleashes punch after punch on the shark, like punching through the water. The water's tension or retention, whatever it is, does nothing to stop these blows from having devastating effects on the shark.
Luca, you've been splashed to within an inch of your life there. With shark guts as well. Okay. End of your turn, or are you going to move somewhere? I believe you've still got a bonus action, haven't you?
No, I do not have a bonus.
Don't you have extra
Do I?
attack?
Yeah.
Right, so if you've got extra attack, then that means if you take the attack action on your turn, then you can take 2 attacks per action. You did that. Then you took an action surge, which means that you get another 2 attacks for that action.
Oh.
So you've taken those 2. That killed it. You've now got a bonus action, and you've got movement. What do you want to do with it?
Okay. Boots.
The boots with the fur. Okay. So the boots will increase your walking speed. I mean, yeah,
Well,
I
don't
guess
have
you
any
would do
swim
better.
speed, so.
No, well, this is it. It's whether you've got it's whether you want to fly instead. If you weren't using the boots, it would be better to fly. But you are using the boots, so you're getting just a little bit of a bonus. Okay.
Yeah, I went from 40 to 80.
But you're in water, so it gets reduced down to 40 again.
It's still 40, but
yeah.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is your fly speed is 30. So, okay. Because you can fly above the water, of course. Right. So yeah, you can make it over towards that chest if you want. Great stuff.
Yeah. And then I'll end my turn here.
Lovely. Right. Then that is time for the big guy to show up. This enormous monster appears from out of the water and heads towards Luca at this point. A giant shark.
Tasty.
This guy is going to attack. Let's see. That is a 17 to hit you, which just meets your AC and will do damage. That's going to be 23 damage. Oh, you're going to halve it?
Yes.
Okay. Then you will regain your 23. Hang on. What's your maximum again? 45.
Oh.
There you go. Right, so you get your 45 back. And then, yeah, I had to click off it to see what your max was. When you're editing it, it doesn't tell you what out of. Okay,
No,
and then you take half of this. So you're uncanny dodging. So you're taking 11 damage instead of 23. But now that these guys are all out in the open, I'm going to change it to public roles so that you can see it in chat now as well. Okay, so this guy has taken a chunk out of you, but it's not as big of a chunk as it could have been. Okay, lovely. Just before we get to the top of the round, we get some more Sahuagin coming in from the bottom. These guys have heard of all of the noise and commotion and sense the blood in the water and are heading in. That then is going to be Livia's turn.
Alright, I guess I'm going for another lightning bolt this time.
Okie doke. And then remember to roll a d20 afterwards as well, please. Where is the lightning bolt headed?
Towards the 2-1 at the end there. But it might not actually reach them.
Where are we
Because
talking?
it would if the scroll here.
Are we talking these? That
No,
will reach
the
them. That's
ones
8
at
too.
the bottom.
Oh, those ones? Okay. Alright, yeah, you can just about thread
Yeah,
the
so
needle
that's
on that.
what I was trying to do. It was
Right.
just that the rotation would have just kept skipping the rest.
That is 18 is a success, 20 is a success, and a nat 1 is a failure, and a 9 is also a failure. So the two that have just come in, those have both failed, but the Hunter Shark and the Sahagin right next to you, those have both succeeded. I don't think it's going to really affect whether the main guy in front of you goes. Yeah, he's just died. The Hunter Shark takes a good chunk. These guys are going to take the full amount. And these two guys at the end and the guy right next to you, those have all died. So please describe the kill for me.
Damn. Triple kill.
I just see them electrocute, then staying flat out at the top of the water, like when you're trying to fish with electricity.
What, like skimming a stone over the water kind of thing?
No,
Like
I
the...
mean, like, when you see those cartoons doing that stupid thing when you just electrocute the water and the fish just
Oh, I see what you
fly
mean.
out there.
Like in The Simpsons or something like that, when they put like a car battery in the water. Alright. Yeah, okay, fair enough. They all just sort of go like... and then just die in the water. And you don't trigger a wild magic surge. You still have your shield up, but that should be going at the end of this turn. Is there anything else that you want to do with your turn? You've still got one Sahwagin and one shark next to you.
No, it says that until the start of my turn, so it's gone.
Oh, it's gone already? Alright. There you go then. Okay, you've still got two of them next to you. What do you want to do?
I assume that
You're targeting
this
again.
doesn't, allow me to bonus action, like the dagger.
You can do a dagger attack only if you take the attack action and you didn't. You took the spell action.
Yep, so in that case, I don't think I can do anything as
Cool.
other than movement.
You have targeted yourself, by the way.
Oops, nothing.
Yeah, let's try not to get into the habit of doing that in 2025 because that was a pain last year. Okay. Then the next people in the turn order, let me just start deleting these guys from off the map. Their bodies are just going to start smelling anyway because they're like electrocuted fish. Okay. So, we're back in the order, and we're back in the order with the Sahwagins that we've still got. So, let's go for this guy up here, the guy on Livia, and then these two are both going to... Yeah, okay. So, this guy can make it with a dash, and this guy can make it with a dash. So these two, you also see that their eyes go like milky white again. And this guy is going to attack, and then the guy next to you, Livia, is also going to attack. So let's see. Yeah, they've not really had much chance to get any attacks off on either of you yet. So they're going to go spear and bite attacks. So
That looks fun.
Luca, you're going to get hit by both of these. And the spear attack is going to do 5 damage. And the bite attack is going to do 2 damage.
Oh, it tickles.
Then this guy is going to do bite and claw on Livia. Because he's not trying to keep his distance, he's getting angry. He's nearly dead.
I'm gonna shield him.
So, yeah, you can avoid the attack on one of those then. Well, both. And, yeah, another Wild Magic Surge. So what are you up to now? That should be a 3 now? No, it was shield that... No, it wasn't. It's not 3. It will be 3 next turn. That would have been a 2. But you got an 18 for the 2. So now you're up to 3. Okay, so that's the Sahwagins. I guess Sahwagin is probably plural, right? So I'll...
Like moose.
Right. Right then, Ronna, your turn.
Rage!
We go into a rage.
Like this. Whack.
You've targeted yourself.
What? How?
You got the little purple icon on the top.
What the hell?
Or is that... No, you're not targeting you. Someone else is targeting you.
No, somebody else did.
Lex, are you targeting... Stop targeting people.
Clicking on me.
Right.
You
Okay,
didn't do nothing.
so you are enraged. What do you want to do?
Hit the shark.
Cool. I'm trying to see if your
24 hit.
rage has actually started, and it hasn't. So I'm going to try this again. There we go. All right,
There you go.
got you. Okay, so it would have been 26, and a 26 definitely hits, yes.
Nice. Damage. Sneaky peek on that.
25 damage, nice.
Nice.
Now you've just received extra attack, haven't you, for your level up?
I
So
get
you
to
can
hit
now
again.
attack again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This time,
That's a
obviously,
norm.
it's not going to be with sneak attack and it's not going to be with advantage because you've already
Right.
used those. Yeah,
But it's still a 24.
it is a 24, and a 24 does hit.
Norman. For 16.
16. This guy is looking very ropey.
Let's see now. 5, 10, 15, and I'm still on this guy's skirt there.
Yes, you are.
And can I open the bin?
You can.
Yeah. Alright.
At last, you've managed to get to a chest without someone grabbing it from under you before you can get there.
Right? 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15.
Yeah,
That's 30.
yeah. That's your
And that's
full
my
movement.
Full move.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
And you've gone into a rage, which was your bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. Lucas' turn.
Yee. I'm gonna do the new thing that I have.
Tatsuya is a certified chef.
Tats! Absolute Chad.
What's the difference between utility and heal for false life?
Whoa. That was a lot of nouns. What's the difference between utility and heal for false life?
Yeah, I clicked on the thing and it says utility or heal.
I don't know the ins and outs of every single spell as it's written in here. So,
False life is I get 2d4 plus 4 temporary hit points. And
Yeah.
because I have a feat, I get the max.
right. So then you just cast it, and that means that you get 12 temporary hit points.
Okay. Do I have to click utility or heal, though?
No. Neither.
What?
Okay, that's all it's letting me do when I click on it.
Right. Just click utility, I guess. It won't make any difference. It's just so that you actually use the spell slot. Then
It doesn't
right.
use a
This-
spell
yeah,
slot for me.
Okay.
Sorry.
Right. It's all right. It's innate spellcasting for you, so that would mean that you don't use up a spell slot, you just use it. So, that's fine. It still counts as a leveled spell. It won't use up a spell slot. I believe you can only use it once a day. Is that right? If it's innate?
That I have no idea.
Okay. But if you go into your the blue section next to your hit points, then you can change that to be 12. That will be your maximum HP. Yeah? So, there you go. So, that's your max temp HP is now in your temp HP slot. Bear in mind that that doesn't... It will be the first thing that gets taken away when you get attacked. But if your HP get reduced to 0 and you have temp HP, that won't heal you. Do you get... Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Cool. So you've got the temp HP now.
Cool.
Is there anything else that you want to do with your turn?
That was your bonus action. Stab the fishy person.
You cannot. Because as I explained with Lex, you took the spell action, not the attack action. If you take the attack action, then you can do an offhand attack with a bonus action. You didn't.
Oh.
You took the spell action. That means that you can't do the dagger. Does that make sense?
Sort of. So I can bonus action.
You can only ever do a bonus action dagger attack when you've taken a melee attack at the beginning, or a ranged attack. But it has to be a physical attack. It can't be a spell. It has to be a physical attack. Because if you're doing a spell action, then you're casting a spell. That takes, your voice, it takes your material components, it takes your hands acting in a certain way. So if you're focused on the arcana and in channeling magic through your hands and mind and voice, then your hand is not on your dagger at the same time. So you can't. It's basically that's the reasoning behind it. Is that you can't. You could easily stab with a rapier and then stab with a dagger because you could have both hands free to carry one of each weapon, right? But if you're doing spells that require that kind of thing, then that's why it's just a blanket rule in D&D 5e that you just don't do that. So spell actions mean no dagger.
So I could bonus action a spell if I have a bonus action spell. No?
So because you did a leveled spell, so the false life is a first level spell. Even though you didn't use a spell slot, it is still a leveled spell, i.e. not a cantrip, which means that you can now only cast a cantrip as a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Then I am just going to activate my Boots of Speed because I haven't done that yet.
Cool.
Then I'm good.
Welcome to the world of spellcasting. It's complicated here.
I'm learning.
Everybody is. Right, we've got Hunter Sharks to attack. Now then, this Hunter Shark that's right next to Ronna gets advantage on Ronna regardless of the reckless attack. Because sharks have an ability called Blood Frenzy. Blood Frenzy is the shark has advantage on melee attack rolls against any creature that doesn't have all its hit points. So this guy is going to attack with advantage, which gets a 25 to hit you, which does beat your AC of 21. And it is going to do 16 damage, which would be halved by your rage. Then this Hunter Shark has his swim speed of 40, so he's going to move over here to attack. Actually, can he get around here? No. Damn. Alright, then he's gonna prioritize. Actually, no. I think he would go towards Elena. I think that he would come up this way and take a dash action for it. Because he can see that there's already 2 shark people on Luca. And he's going to end up targeting you instead. But because he's taking a dash, he can't attack this turn. This Hunter Shark, though, is going to attack for Livia. And misses with a 9. And then that is all of the Hunter Sharks. We're now up to Elena's turn. Elena, you've got a shark on your butt.
Yeah.
Tats, you're so sweet. I'm sorry I had to explain spells for a moment there to Luca. Luca's new to spells, but thank you again so much for the sub. You're amazeballs. I hope you're doing well. I've just been playing all kinds of Minecraft today.
Yeah.
Love you too, Tats.
I'll just.
A 27 will hit. 15 damage will also be taken in full. Alright, so you've got your extra attack, so you can take another attack. If you want to, of course. And that will hit. Your Raps of Unarmed Prowess are actually now on Ruby, one of the main campaign monks.
Mm-hmm.
Mine?
Well, not yours specifically, but the exact same artifact. Okay, so in this case, you have taken the attack action. You can make a bonus action offhand attack if you want to. This is the case where you can do that for the other two wondering. Up to you if you want to. Oh, you're going to use key. Okay. What are we doing here then? Flurry of blows, step of the wind.
Yeah, flurry.
Flurry, nice. Okay, 22 hits for 15 damage. Describe the kill.
Elena just, once again, like the first shark, just like water splashing all around as she like plunges her fist below and just like pulverizes the shark's skull.
That's quite interesting that you managed to do that. Are you taking any of the trophies away from this thing? You might want to keep a tooth. I know a lot of people like shark's tooth.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, don't forget to collect that from the floor of this area before you go. But yeah, you've got that. So you've taken some of your movement to go back, and you're behind, flanking this Sahwagin. What would you like to do here?
I can squeeze in over here. Why not?
Go for it.
And I still have one more
Attack, yep.
flurry I can do.
I timed that can opening exactly at the point that the sound of the dice roll happened. I'm elite. Alright. That 15 will hit. And that gives 14 damage to this guy. He looks hurt. You hear him hiss in some other language that you don't understand. It's like...
What?
What languages do you speak? You speak Sylvan, Common, and Undercommon. So you don't understand the language that he's speaking at you.
Okay.
But he's saying something at you, and he looks angry.
Can I still tell like what language it is and like ask anyone else? Like, hey, you guys know what this guy's saying?
Yeah, sure, you can ask the others. Let's see if any of them have got this language.
What language are we looking for?
I'm looking for you.
Okay, thank you.
No, none of you can speak it.
Okay.
Don't speak fish.
I just like look at him and just shrug like, I don't know.
You've taken the Flurry of Blows as part of your bonus action. You've still got movement left if you wanted to move anywhere, but that, I can understand why you would want to stay here.
Yeah, I'm staying.
Alright then. It's Giant Shark time, baby. And the Giant Shark, believe it or not, also has Blood Frenzy, so it's going to have advantage on Luca. Because you've not got your full HP at the moment. Gets a 28 to hit, which will hit. And then
Luca would like to dodge again.
You're going to uncanny dodge once more. That's a good idea. Because you would have taken 29 damage. You would still be up. You would have... Wait. You would have taken another 15 off that. So that would be 10. You would be on 10 HP at the moment. Your 10 HP has, and your uncanny dodge have both been very helpful in this. Okie dokie. End of the turn order, and we're back up to the top of the round. And we have 2 more hunter sharks coming in from the bottom. Seems like the 4 guys that showed up late, and the 2 of them that were still standing, who had their what do you call it? Had their eyes go milky. That these are the 2 hunter sharks that they were sort of signaling to. This is another ability of the Sahwagin. They have a telepathic ability to control any sharks within the area. Which is unfortunate for you, given that this is a big shark encounter. Look at how nasty I'm being to you all. Now remember, you don't have to kill everything before you escape. That's entirely your choice. But, you know, the option is there to you. Livia, your turn.
So in the meantime, I realized why I kept targeting things. Because the shortcut for target is the same as my push to talk button. So I removed it from Fund entry. So I should stop doing that.
Amazing. I'm very glad that
And
we've figured out
yours,
why
my
that was
turn.
continually happening. It is your turn.
With
Top of the
so
round.
many creatures next to me, I'm gonna start it with
Misty Step, and you get an 18. Your trigger is up to 4.
and then to help out the team, I'm gonna twin spell Toll of the Dead. And it's gonna be on this guy and the one between Rupe and Twisted.
Yeah, that works.
So this is for, I guess, the one at the bottom.
So which ones are you
and the other
targeting?
For the one on the left.
Which ones are you targeting here?
This one at the top right here.
This guy, and who else?
The one up
Up
here.
there? Okay. When you cast a spell that targets only one creature and doesn't have a range of self. Yeah, that works for me. So you hit both of these guys. They're both going to have to take the saving throw, and both of them fail. So they will take the full damage. And it was... You've done 2 damage rolls there, so we'll take that one for the first guy and that one for the second guy. That then means that both of them are dead. Please describe the kill on both of these guys. How do you toll dead on these guys?
The spell activates by me pointing a finger towards them, so it's just me putting out my finger towards them with both my hands, one on each, and they just fall over.
Just silently? You don't say anything towards them? Nothing comes from your hands, you just point at them and they drop.
Why?
You can add some flourish to it. Do you know what I mean? I know what the spell says.
It says adds the sound of bells ringing.
Yeah, I know what the spell says. But I like it when people, you know,
they just fall over.
I just like flavour. So you're welcome to use any kind of flavour that you want.
I just point towards them and say die.
Die. Nice. Well, you certainly succeed in making them do such a thing. This guy dies and this guy dies. You have successfully teleported. You've still got movement and you're on a broomstick, so you can use all of it if you want to. So you could get to there.
So yeah, I'm gonna use my movement for that.
Great. So then you end up there and you grab one of these chests in the meantime. Masterful. Okay.
And that's my turn, I guess.
Great stuff. Okay. So yeah, Luca. Livia there used a bonus action leveled spell, which was Misty Step, and then used an action cantrip, which was Toll the Dead. So you can only use one leveled spell per turn. So everything else has to be a cantrip, which that is perfect because Misty Step is a leveled spell and Toll the Dead is a cantrip. And then you can only use action and bonus action in a turn, unless you've got feats or abilities that give you extra actions. But yeah, that's basically where that came from. So if that helps to clarify anything with spellcasting, then that was a good example of how to do it. Okay. It's now the Sahwagin's turns. They are only 2 left, and they're over here by this hunter shark. They need to try and find their way over, and this guy's going to have to dash to get over. So I think he will try and make his way over towards Ronna, because Ronna looks like Ronna isn't. Ronna's not got that many people paying attention to him. This guy can get over towards Livia. Just needs to round that corner and can make it. But with a dash. So he's chasing Livia down. And that's the 2 Sahwagin's turns. They don't have anything else that they can do but dash. Ronna, it's your turn again.
Hit. Shark.
Hit shark. Okay. 27 hits. I think the minimum damage on this will be enough to kill it. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely will be. Describe the kill, please.
Runner's been smashing this thing repeatedly with the flail, and wagering it's still in the water, so that's probably why it took so damn long. Because Runner's swinging this flail through the water into this thing over and over and over again until finally cracks the nugget and splat.
Like that last part, it had like barely any health left. I think that you finally realised that instead of swinging into the water, it probably works better if you jab down into it, because then you're just breaking it in a small part and not the whole. That would, yeah. So you just like bonk it one last time and it just fucking wilts in the water and turns belly up. And you've got, your movement over towards this other Swagin if you want. Hit the shark, man. This one's actually a shark woman.
Shark Boba. Hit. There's a 15 hit.
15 does hit.
Damage. 14.
14 damage.
And I wouldn't get sneak on that, or would I?
Not on this one, no.
Not on this one, okay.
You've got bonus action.
Bonus action. Can I hit him again?
If you take a frenzy.
Frenzy. Bonk.
No, is it a frenzy? It's a frenzy, isn't it?
Yeah, frenzy.
Wait, hang on. Frenzy when you rage. No, that's not. No. Oh. If you
melee weapon attack as a bonus action on
for the duration of your rage, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of your turns after this one. When your rage ends, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion. So that's the payoff for it. So yeah, you can do extra attacks, but if your rage ends for any reason, then you'll have a level of exhaustion until the next session.
Okay.
Or you get a greater restoration. Okay. 26 hits.
19.
19 damage. Describe the kill.
Runner's kind of just annoyed that this random thing is yelling at him. And frustrated that he's like nuts deep in water right now. And so just swings his flail a couple of times and just knocks this fish person out of his way.
Nice.
And off to the side. Towards like what looks like a deeper part of the water over here. Alright, so we moved 15.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15. That's full move.
Mm-hmm.
And Use
You-
bonus, and
yeah.
I used it to everything else. Okay, we're good.
Yeah. All right. Then it's now Luca's turn.
Yeah.
You have a giant shark and a spider monk. Spider monk, spider monk does whatever a spider monk does.
Do I hit the thingy?
12 just misses. This is the first miss that you guys have had.
That's okay. I have a dagger. I can
You
bonus
do have a dagger,
actions.
and it
No, I
also
don't.
misses. That's very unfortunate. Okay, well that's your action, bonus action. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Stick my tongue at it, little bitch.
It'll
Fish.
you get like salt
Sure,
water.
that's what I said.
You get like a taste of salt water off your lips from everything that Elena's been splashing you around with.
Yeah, I am salty.
I can see why. Okie dokie. So, this guy, who has a fly speed of 60, is going to fly over... Oh, I think going to fly over here. And in fact, will dash. I think they're just going to dash over here towards Runner. And I'm just going to post up ready.
Shark.
And then... Where's the next one? Oh, they're down here. That's where. So, let's go. We've got 80 feet. This guy's going to come up this way just to see what's happening before they decide where they're going to go with Runner or not. And then this one's going to come up here and see what they can see. And that is all of the hunter sharks that we've got left. It's now Elena's turn. A punch will hit. Smack my fish up. Smack my fish up. Okay. 15 damage. This guy is starting to take damage. That's the first damage it's had so far, though. 16 will also hit. And 16 damage. You're getting very consistent numbers here. 17, 15, 16, 16.
And then...
It's very satisfying for my brain because I've been playing a lot of Minecraft lately. And that's like one full stack. You got 64 total there between those numbers.
I think...
Yeah.
I might use one of my healing potions on Luca.
Cool.
Oh, thank you.
What one are you going to use? Potion of superior healing. Nice. Just click on healing there to see how much it heals. 28 heals. Alright. You get your full 20 back, and then you feel 8 HP's worth of, I don't know, just sprightliness. You feel like you got a spring in your step. Not that it helps, though, because you're underwater. So that's your bonus action to do that. You've got, you used your action to punch twice. So I think that's it, unless you want to move anywhere.
I'll skirt it
Yeah.
around to here.
Lovely stuff.
Call it.
Then it's now the giant shark's turn. And the shark is going to continue its flurry, but this time does not have advantage because of that potion. That's a 14 to hit, which does not hit. I'm going to roll one more time just to see if you hadn't done that, would it have hit? 28. Yes, it would have hit. And it would have hit with 15 damage. So you've just saved Luca 15 damage for the sake of giving that potion. That's a very good use of your turn. I love this. Teamwork. We love to see it. We love to see more of it as well. Livia, it's your turn. You've got a full health Sahwagin has chased you down. They're the last one in this cavern, and they are hissing and screaming at you as well.
So I'm gonna even help out my team with another teen spell.
Mm-hmm.
And my new spell called Raulothim's Psychic Lance.
Ooh. Raulathim's Psychic
And I'm gonna cast
Lance.
it on this Sahwagin in front of me and the giant shark in the middle.
Nice. And it's got a range of 120 feet. So, oh, you do trigger a Wild Magic Surge, so please do your Wild Magic Surge.
First damage or first the magic surge?
So the Sahwagin succeeds and the giant shark fails. So is this half damage? Let's have a look. On a failed save, they take 7d6 psychic damage and are incapacitated until the start of your next turn. On a successful save, the creature takes half as much damage and isn't incapacitated. So the Sahwagin takes half damage, which is going to be 12 damage. And the giant shark takes the full damage and is also incapacitated. So the giant shark is essentially, for all intents and purposes, unconscious, but not literally unconscious. They're just stunned, but they can't move or take any actions or movement or bonus actions. So yeah, that's what they've got.
They can't take action or reaction, but they can move.
Well, they're incapacitated.
See, I read about it. Well, I'm not sure why that is.
If it says, well, it says that they're incapacitated. Oh, well, an incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions, according to the appendix. I mean, I would have counted incapacitated as meaning no movement either, but I guess yeah. And you gain resistance to all damage for the next minute. So you'll take half damage from every attack for the next minute would be the next 10 turns. Okay, so you're going to grab this. Yeah. You don't actually have to land on top of the chest. You don't have to land on the chest. You just have to go next to it. Yeah, that's always been the case. Okay, so you get that one as well. That then gives you this extra bonus. And your trigger goes back down to a 1. Alright, is that all that you're doing for your turn?
And point scavenge, yes, that's it.
Great stuff. Then it's now the Sahwagin's turn. The Sahwagin can definitely get close to you with the movement that it's got. It's going to take a bite and a spear attack. Oh, wait. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, no. You do actually have full health. So this cannot take its blood frenzy on you. That is going to hit, though. So the spear attack will be...
use my shield against them.
Okay. They rolled the minimum damage, which would have been a 2 anyway. But there you go. You've used your shield. It's too late. So your shield... there we go. And now it's going to be another Wild Magic Surge roll, please. A 12, and the trigger goes up to a 2.
Also, just so you know, because I used up all my level 1 spell slots for points conversion, I used my inspiration point to cast this one.
Okay. Your inspiration point is one of your features, isn't it?
Yeah, the one I get daily.
Yeah. That's fine. Okay, so it's now Ronna's turn.
Hit the shark.
Hit shark. Okie dokie. That is 19 to hit, and it will hit. with 19 damage as well. Plus 5. So you're attacking recklessly on that one, yeah? Okay, you've got an additional attack if you want to take it. It's not going to be with advantage, of course.
Normal. That will hit. That's
That also
another
hits.
15 damage.
That will kill it. Please describe the kill.
Alright, so this time Runner's learned.
Apparently.
Is sledgehammering down with this flail. And just cutting through the water.
Nice. This water splashes
And
everywhere,
also the
and
shark.
but it doesn't take as much effort to get your flail through the water this time, and this shark gets just caught straight in the gill, and it just wrecks the whole side of its head apart. Just like split open in the side. Really brutal.
Alright, 5, 10, 15, and I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Is the boat still rough terrain?
Are you climbing onto it?
Is it extra going up? I want to get the coin, so yeah.
I just want to know if you're climbing onto it.
Yes.
Okay. The boat is actually a mimic. The boat is not actually a thing at all. It is in actual fact a mimic shaped as a boat. The mimic adheres to anything that touches it. A huge or smaller creature adhered to the mimic is also grappled by it. Make an escape check with disadvantage. So it is an escape DC of 13.
Okay, hold on.
Here, I don't know if that'll give you a
Where is this
DC in there. It would be it would be what do you call it? A grapple check. I believe it's dexterity or strength.
Saving throw or a check?
Yeah. It would be it's a saving throw. Let me just double check.
Yeah.
Mimic escape check. Escaping a grapple. A grappled creature can use its action to escape. To do so, it must succeed on a strength, athletics, or dexterity check, contested by the grappler's strength check. If a player touches a transformed mimic while inspecting it or something, since his hand is already stuck on the mimic, would he be forced to roll an athletics skill check, regardless of his preferred skill? Right. So you need to use your action, basically. You need to use your action to do either an acrobatics or an athletics check. They're skill checks.
Okay. So that's next turn? Or
Have you already used your action?
oh yeah, I attacked.
Then you would need to wait until next turn then, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if it was a reaction. Or if there was any kind of reaction.
No, it's an action on your turn.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, when it gets to its turn, it will do whatever it does. But yeah, it is a mimic. Right. So, that's basically so because you are raged, you get advantage on strength saving throws.
Bonus action?
No, I don't believe so.
Can I bonus action disengage? With cunning
You
action?
would not be able to undo a grapple with a disengage, I don't believe. You need to still do the check because you're grappled. Disengage is about leaving the space without being attacked. It's not about getting out of a grapple.
Oh, okay. Didn't know if that was like a Misty Step kind of.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things that are just hard to keep in your brain, really. So because you are in a rage, you get not just the plus bonus on your attack rolls and your damage rolls. You also get advantage on strength saving throws and athletics checks. So when it comes to grappling, because you get disadvantage on this, but you have advantage for being in a rage, that means it will cancel out on your turn and it will be a flat roll. So you can
As a
either...
bonus action, can I attack the mimic with a frenzy
yeah, you can.
while grappled?
Yeah.
Like, woohoo!
Because you took the attack action.
Let's go.
Bonus would... Oh, yeah. Wait. No, yeah, because it's a frenzy, so that's fine. It's not an offhand attack. So, yes, a 30 will hit.
Oh, one off from a nat 20.
Now give me damage, please.
18.
18 damage to the mimic.
Let's go.
This weird boat thing with teeth just that you just got stuck to as you stood on it looks to have flinched quite hard there. Looks like it's a bit rocked in the water.
Yeah,
but you'll be able to try and get off it.
Eat me.
You'll be able to try and get off it when it's your turn. It's now Luca's turn.
Don't trust the boats.
I'm going to try this again.
And by this we mean a rapier.
Stabbing
Okay.
it.
That will hit.
Yeah.
15 damage.
And then we've got, because I have advantage when a human's next to me, right?
You don't have advantage when they're next to you. You have sneak attack when they're next to you.
Words, brain.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant.
I have played 10 hours of Minecraft today. My brain is rotting.
Yeah. You get sneak attack when you either have advantage on the attack roll or the enemy that you're attacking is flanked by an ally. That's...
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I'm also going to try to stab it with a dagger.
So it takes the sneak attack damage and you hit again with the dagger.
Yeah.
And that is 9 damage too. Okay. Anything else that you want to do with your turn?
Nah, Luca's happy with herself.
Alright, Lucas should be. Then we've now got the 2 hunter sharks' turns. This hunter shark can now see the mimic and is just like, nope, fuck that, and goes off this way. And then this shark is going to come up this way. And the 2 of them together are both going to attack our lovely friend Elena. I've just noticed, by the way, that I can do smaller increments if I hold control. If you hold shift, then it goes in 45 degrees. But if you hold control, it goes like half of that.
Nice.
Very cool. Also, if you hold control, you can move them off. You can move them off. No, I think is it shift? Yeah, it's shift. So if you hold shift, then you can move them off grid. It's now off grid. Okay, now it's back on grid. Anyway, just thought you might be interested in the system because I love nerdy shit like that when I learn a new feature of it. So the 2 of these are going to bite you. The first one is going to see if it can hit you first. It doesn't hit. So then the second one would still be the nat 1. Because if the first one had hit you and had taken damage off, then the second one would have been with advantage. So as the second one is not with advantage, it isn't a nat 1, and that means that it will take damage from its own bite. How you can bite yourself, I don't know. When you don't have arms, but sharks famously don't have lips.
Hasn't your hand ever gotten itchy?
Okay,
tongue.
right. Okay, sharks famously don't have lips or hands, so I don't know how either of these scenarios are working out.
It bit its tongue.
Oh yeah, right. Also, tongues inside the mouth, but hey. Who knows? Maybe it just gets one of its teeth stuck in its jaw on the opposite side. You know that sharks have got a conveyor belt of teeth, don't you? So
Yeah,
they fall out. Yeah,
Rolodex of teeth.
exactly. They fall out, and then the ones behind push forward, and they have this endless conveyor belt of teeth. It's fucking it's brilliant.
It's so cool.
Elena, it's your turn. You've just seen a shark bite itself. That's probably something that has never happened in the world before. A 23 will hit. Which one are you attacking, though? Oh, this guy. Yes, well, it will definitely hit that guy. That takes the damage. What next? That also will hit. And that will take that damage. It is looking very close to death at this point.
And flurry.
I mean, they're all around you. You might as well, right? Punch. Going for the giant shark again?
Yep.
Okay, describe the kill on the giant shark.
Elena sees one of the sharks bite itself. Doesn't really care. It turns around. Just like full wind up, just like blasts her fist through the water, creating like a wave, and just like launching the giant shark.
Nice. Well, you launch the thing, and it seems to work because the thing just flops over in the water next and dies. And you hit with a 24. Which one are you attacking?
This one.
This guy? Okay. This one's starting to look messed up now. The other one looks untouched. About as sleek as any kind of shark can be. Alright. You've still got movement if you want to use it. What do you want to do?
Nah, I'm chilling here.
Sweet.
Because I have like 2 sharks.
Well,
right next to you. Yeah, I'm chilling.
Yeah, and a dead fucking giant shark next to you as well. Right. So let's see. If the mimic is in object form, the target is subjected to its adhesive trait, which it was. So it's going to attack you with its pseudopod. A pseudopod is like a gummy tentacle. It's like, imagine a tongue made out of ooze. And then put that in like a skin, and then that's basically a pseudopod. It tries to hit you and only gets an 11. That's 10 short of your AC, so it will not be able to attack you. But that was the mimic's turn. It's now up to Livia again. Livia, your shield drops, and you have your turn. What would you like to do?
So I go behind this enemy right behind me,
Yeah.
and just like all the other times, I'm doing another lightning bolt.
I bet Livia would be really good at playing pool. All you ever do is line up and just shoot lightning bolts off in a straight line. That's Livia's whole shtick. Is just lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. I get what you're trying to do with this. It's not quite going exactly where you want it to, is it? So there you go.
No,
now
I'm
it's
not
managed
hitting
to.
the other shark. I'm hitting the mimic.
Are you hitting the mimic? Oh. So, are you going for this guy as well in front of you?
Yeah, the guy, the shark, and the mimic.
Yeah, that can hit all 3. Alright. So you're going for the lightning bolt. The Sahuagin.
Wait, is it a single damage for all of them?
Yes.
Okay, then it's the 25 then.
Yeah. Right, so the Sahuagin fails, the Shark fails, and the Mimic fails. So all three of them take the full damage. Okie dokie. So describe the kill on the Shark and the Sahuagin then.
Sure, why not? Let's do Olivia lining up like a shooting pole. Like, and have the, I just shoot out the lightning bolt like that and have them fly away and hitting each other.
He just shoots out like a snooker cue, you know? Like just destroying them, knocking them out one at a time. Love that. Right then. Okay, so you take a good chunk off the Mimic, but the Mimic is still standing. And you also trigger a Wild Magic Surge. This is your third surge today. So yeah, if you click on the table, then it will tell us what the thing is automatically. You cast Polymorph on yourself. If you fail the saving throw, you turn into a sheep for the spell's duration. Nice. Nice. Okay. So,
I'm a sheep.
yeah, I would say so. With a nat 3, I mean, it depends on the DC, because you go against your own spell save DC, which would be 15. And then Polymorph. I need to look up the stats for Polymorph to see what it is. I think it's a Wisdom save. Polymorph 5e. So it is, let's see, Wisdom saving throw. So you fail the save, so you are now a sheep.
Am I still on my broom?
No, sheep can't fly on brooms. They have hooves. It's a stick. You're floating in the water at this point. I also don't have a token for a sheep, so I don't have any way of giving you something to do. So you're just a sheep now. Oh, you made me start coughing again. I'm also fairly certain that the duration of the spell. The duration of the spell, Polymorph is an hour, so you're going to be a sheep for an hour. The creature is limited in the actions it can perform by the nature of its new form, and it can't speak, cast spells, or take any other action that requires hands or speech. So you are literally just a sheep for the next half an hour. Oh god, that's hilarious. I'm so happy about that. Oh my god, this is the best thing to ever happen to me in D&D. I adore you. It's nothing against you. I just fucking love the fact that you are now a sheep, because that's the funniest shit ever. All right.
Floating sheep.
Okay, so we've got a magic sheep in the water. Ronna, it's your turn.
Hit the thingy.
I need to get a sheep stat block up now. Oh god. What is a sheep in 5th edition? A sheep in 5th edition has got hit points of 4, an AC of 10, and a speed of 30. There you go. You can attack with a hoof and a bite, though. So that's cool. Alright, so you are...
It's a...
attacking? Okay, you're attacking.
Actually, is it still active?
Got a 22. Damage is 20. Sneaky sneaky. Attack. 6.
Yeah.
The 22 against the Mimic will definitely hit. The
Does
20
the sheep
damage...
also have like resistance to all attacks still?
I guess it would. I don't think that the one
Everything
would
on
negate the
percentage.
other. So it doesn't say that any magical effects change when you take on polymorph. Yeah.
It's an extra fluffy sheep then. Just
It also
the
says
fluff.
it also says it retains its alignment and personality. So you are still Livia, but you are Livia the sheep. Okay. So Mars, please describe the kill.
Well, Runner is just frustrated that this wasn't actually a boat. And swings extra hard and just smashes through the center with it.
Yeah, I think that would do it. Well, the boat's not there anymore, so there's no treasure to be had from it.
Tried to eat me.
But yeah, the boat did try to eat you, so...
10, 15, 20, 25.
I just thought, with all of these chests around, everyone's going to be suspecting the chests of being a mimic. I've got to throw in a curveball there of there being a boat.
Yeah.
I made this map and I was like, yeah, I'm going to have to add a boat in there that's a mimic. And it just worked out. It worked out beautiful. So I'm just going to move you over so I can get that. Okay. What next?
That was 25 to move to there, so I still got 5 in a bonus action, right?
Yeah, you do.
Alright, so... Alright, well, y'all got that handled.
You've actually still
5,
got an attack action.
10, 15, 25. Yeah, but I
Sorry
can't
if
reach
y'all heard
anything to
anything. My
attack,
sister brought me
so
McDonald's.
I might as well keep going this way to try and get those.
What are you saying, Twisted?
Sorry if y'all heard any like bumps or whatever. My sister brought me McDonald's. I was
Oh. I heard
telling her to be
whispering. I didn't hear
Yeah.
bumps. I heard whispering. Okay. So Ronna, you're moving down towards this boat, these two chests as well.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. Well, that's your turn.
Yep.
It's now Luca's turn.
Yeah.
You've got the shark down here if you want to do something about it.
What the hell?
Stabby, stabby.
Twisted's just seen the sheep and the fact that Livia has changed the image, the player icon, to a sheep.
That's the cow.
I mean, it looks like a sheep to me. That's a sheep, isn't it? Oh no, it is a cow.
That's
That's a cow.
That's a
No,
cow.
It was only called a cattle.
That
You've got
is a cow.
That was
You-
the closest I could find.
you can't find a picture of a sheep online. Or is this from inside of the game files?
The Foundry page.
Right, okay. So it's inside the game files. Then we'll let you off.
Oh.
We'll let you off for thinking that a sheep is a cow then. Or, well, vice versa. Okay, a 22 will hit this shark. That is very funny though, that you've changed your... You changed yourself. The thumbnail
Like
of this video is going to have to be
it was just
sheep.
an old man, and then it slowly like shifted over to a cow. I'm like, what the hell is happening?
Right, so that damage will hit, plus the sneak attack. Okay, that's your first attack. If you want to take a second, it's all yours. Go rest, Tats. Please rest, and rest well. And I will see you when I see you. Take care of yourself, please. 8 damage. This guy is looking hurt, but he ain't dead yet. Anything else you want to do?
You.
Okie dokie.
Good.
It is now the shark's turn. And the shark is going to attack you.
Shark smell lamb.
It gets a 14, which misses. It just wants to get out of here at this point, so it's going to try and make a swim for it. Which means that you will both get an attack of opportunity if you want.
Yeah.
Well, Elena got in there first. That is an 18 to hit, which will hit. And 16 damage kills it.
As it turns around and starts swimming away, Elena just like yanks it by the tail, like overhead, just like slams it back down into the water, like at full force, just like. Yeah.
Well, somehow
Like a helicopter.
somehow you have managed to punch a shark to death in its tail. But that ends our combat. You guys are now out of combat circumstances. There are no more attackers to deal with. So combat's now over. Congratulations. You have succeeded completely on another one. Also, Tats has given another bonus of 100. Do you want an elk? Do you want me to give you an elk? Shall I give you an elk? Fuck it. Okay. You want an elk? There you go. Beat up the elk. Right, elk has got an AC of 10 and damage hit points of 13. So let's see. Hey, Livia, don't you get involved. You're a sheep. You can't be casting spells. you're a fucking sheep. You gotta wait an hour. 15 can kill the elk immediately outright.
I can still do it.
So yeah, that's where we are with the elk. Do you want to maybe look at the chests or anything?
Oh, yeah.
Can I
Fucking hell, man.
I want to see if its brain is as empty as mine.
Tats, I would hope that being with friends will heal her heart. It helps me no end, and it's something that everybody goes through at that age as well. She's at that special age, isn't she? Where she, you're gonna get your heart broken a lot at that age, unfortunately, and it will just harden her up for later in life, I suppose. But yeah, give her my love. All right, so I think from my count we had 4 left, was it? Is there a sheep on this one? Yeah, there is. There's a sheep hiding one of the chests. Okay, so 1 each. So okay.
Sheep hiding booba.
Congratulations on another very successful session. Even though Luca did a lot of work and damage, Elena got a lot of the finishing blows. So Twisted ended up getting 5 times the tokens that Luca did.
I'm a good assister.
You're great. It's just unfortunate that you're stood next to such a powerhouse that has a plus 13 bonus and everything. Exactly why we share the pot. That was exactly the principle that I came up with before we did all of this. Also, just so you're aware as well, Polymorph ends not only after an hour, but it also ends when you lose your HP as that animal. So if you had reduced those 4 HP points that you had down to 0, then you would revert back to Livia. But I was not going to tell you that because you should know spells. I'm not here to hold everybody's hand all of the time.
There we go.
So there you go. You could have been a non-sheep for a bit. Luca got a round total of 2,000. It was 500 for every chest, and it was 1,000 for every Sahuagin, 2,000 for every hunter shark, and 5,000 for the giant shark. I also added on 10,000 for the mimic, because you had to find the mimic and then beat the mimic. And Mars, who only had 5,000 from everything else, got an additional 10,000 just for killing that mimic. So you're now on 15,000, Mars. You beat just everybody, everything. Twisted and Lex both come away with 10k each, which gives you a total of 37,000 plus the additional 100 bonus that Tats contributed. Gives you 37,100 as a collective. Which is a total take home today for each of you of 9,275 each. Now I've just got to figure out what that is on each of your things.
I just wanted to point out like two things I noticed like at the beginning with this map. This over here looks like a whole eyeball. Like
those are frost lanterns.
No, not just the lantern here. Like the lantern plus this like shape in the water
I know.
here.
Yeah, I know.
Looks like an eyeball.
Yeah, I know. To get it, yeah.
Looks like a mouth on the boat. Kinda.
Where? What? Which one?
On the boat down here.
Oh, that's just a stock image of a boat.
I know, but it looks like a mouth on the end of it.
Legitimately, that boat, I had that one from the very first campaign, and what it was they were dropping through one realm and falling into another, and the realm that they landed in was called Maelstrom, and it was essentially a realm that was purely water. It was like, imagine a whole ocean, covering an entire sphere, like a whole world, a whole planet, all ocean, and that was Maelstrom. And they landed directly above one of these ships, and it just so happened to be a ship that the good guys were in, and the bad guys were pirate vampires. And they had to fight pirate vampires, and it was basically Dracula as a pirate was the big bad in that realm. And yeah, it was a lot of fun for them. But one of them had a familiar, which was Titanis. And Titanis was a kind of prehistoric bird, which they all got 3 dexterity saves to try and avoid the ship as they fell. And if they failed on all 3, then they would hit the deck of the ship instead of the water next to it, and they would take falling damage on the ship. Every single one of them succeeded, but Titanis didn't. So the bird took the full damage and went double, like more than double its HP, which meant that it died outright there and then. So one of them, who was a squirrel folk, who was a druid squirrel folk, had this giant ostrich-like bird that splatted onto the deck of a ship, and the captain of the ship had to deal with people falling out of the sky and a giant bird obliterating their deck. And it was very funny. And having pirate vampires was great. That was some of my best creative work, because it was like you had like vampires. We talked about it in one of Giddy's streams the other day, I think. Vampires don't just have an aversion to garlic and crucifixes. They also have an aversion to well, for one, they can't enter somewhere unless they get invited in. And another thing is that they can't cross running water. So the ship, the sea is not running water. It's an ocean. It's flat. It's stagnant, but it has waves. That's not running in my mind. Running water would be like a stream, a lake, a brook, or plumbing. And so the defenses that this ship had, that I'd come up with, was that they had a pipe system that went around the outside perimeter of the ship that had water just flowing around it constantly, so that no vampire could come aboard. But the vampires had overcome that with having druids as their like subordinates who weren't vampires, so they could wild shape into like a fly over the threshold, wreck the water piping system so that they could get past it, and then they could invite them on board. And it was all very, yeah, it was all very surreptitious, all very clever. I really liked how they came above that. And you know, Vampire Pirates is really fucking cool anyway. But this boat was legit. Just you've ended up in the ocean. You need to find your way back to land. So I found this stock image of a boat on like Google, and photoshopped the white background out of it, and then this has been with me since that part of the campaign. And so that my very first ever campaign as a DM, I have a fond place in my heart for this boat and for that that story, because you know, who doesn't love Vampire Pirates? That's really fucking cool. Anyway, your new totals. Livia, you are now on 5 short of 10k. You're at 9,995 points. Luca, you are on 28,045. Runner, I will repeat this. You're on 20,215. That is 20215. And
20215.
correct. And Elena, you are on 67,640.
Nice.
And I
Thank you for reading
believe.
me the numbers. I really appreciate it.
No, you're all good. You know, I appreciate you for, you know, being a great friend, but I also appreciate so many of you helping me out with my difficulties. Like, I can't read paragraphs, so I like that you give me short messages, because that's very easy for me to read, because I can't absorb blocks of text. It just doesn't work. And, you know, I appreciate you all being patient with how I do, you know, certain parts of the campaign, because some people just don't like it. We had this conversation before, me and Luca. I was telling Luca about, we were talking about the main story campaign, and how I keep it as a sandbox for everybody, so that you get to choose what you do and when. Like, so that everything progresses around you, so that it all scales to you when you eventually show up to deal with it all. But whatever you don't leave dealt with is obviously going to be running away with itself while you're not dealing with it. So you start in a semi-idyllic place and end in a ravaged, you know, wildland. So these are all just, you know, things that I'd mentioned. And this person said, oh, so you're a bad DM then? I was like, well, I don't know if that would make me a bad DM. But, you know, whatever you want to... Whatever you want to say.
Choose your own adventure, and our DM has created like 8 different fucking plot lines to follow.
That's
yeah, basically.
literally
like,
what
hello,
D&D
Epic
is.
DM?
D&D
Yeah,
is
exactly.
just one big
Excuse
your own
me?
adventure.
Exactly. That was my take on it.
If anything,
I think
you're the best DM, because you literally take that premise and like you've like supercharge it. My brain's not working. Supercharge it, and
yeah.
it's like great and awesome.
Thank you.
Well,
I mean,
you told me I wasn't allowed to stab the person who said that. I think that's a perfectly normal reaction.
Me too.
I felt a little bit like, what? That makes me bad?
Gabby.
But you know, that's just my that's just me. Well, let's all end, I think, with some sheep. Should we do some sheep? We need to count some sheep together, and then we can all go to sleep and have a lovely time.
1 sheep, 2 sheep, red sheep, blue sheep.
That was fun. Amazing session as always.
Thank you.
Lots of fun. Lots and lots of fun. Where's this getting eepy?
Oh, the eepies.
Been a long day so far already, but good day overall, I suppose.
Poop.
Oop. Sheep.
Amazing session. I'm not getting over the fucking. Is that an elk I see? Kills the elk. Now, are you gonna open the treasure chest? Or
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, like you've not finished the encounter yet. You finished the combat. You've not finished the encounter. You can go and check the chests now if you like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot we were here for something. Yeah, you guys really do go for. I'm really getting to understand the mechanics of what you guys do on a regular basis. For one, Livia, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. 2, Elena, punch, 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 punch. 3, Luca, stab, 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 stab. And 4, Ronna. Why the fuck have you stolen that thing from out from under me? Can I not just collect my own shit, please? Yeah, these are all things that I've noticed.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like, so I was the entire time I was trying to look for like a decent area to use my javelin, lightning javelin.
Welcome in 10.
But like wherever I went, either I had something right in front of me that I couldn't throw through.
Hmm.
That was a question I actually forgot to ask. Like, since the sharks are under the water,
Yeah.
am I like technically like above them? So could I throw it over them?
So, in the normal mechanics of D&D, having a height, like an altitude advantage over another creature gives you advantage over them. But when I introduced that as a mechanic in my second campaign, the party decided to game every single fight that they had and just went on the roof of every building and shot down at everybody. Tats is one of them, Shen another, and Katie a third. Those were all in my second campaign group. And yeah, I got very tired of it very quickly because I was just like, you can't tell me that you're just going to climb every building that you're right next to. That's it. Just doesn't. Yeah, and we had cleave as well. So we had cleave where if you hit a creature and another creature is next to it, flanking you, and your damage takes the first creature down to 0 HP, then whatever was left over from that attack overflows into the next one, and so they were just like slashing through multiples. Yeah. Also, Coded in chat is saying that it's not supposed to work with altitude. It in fact actually does in many ways that people use it. Prone is different as well, depending on whether you're using a melee attack or a ranged attack. Because if you use a ranged attack against someone that's prone, then you actually get disadvantage against them because they're a smaller target for you to hit from a distance. So yeah, there's a whole there's levels and complications to all of the minutiae of it, but this is why we just abolished all of it to make it easier. We still do the whole prone thing, but we don't do the altitude because that's just a pain in the arse. We everything exists on a plane, and that's fine. And if you want to say that you're going to fly, that's also fine. But these creatures are going to be on your ass. And, you know, I just like the fact that I'm not in a group, or I'm not DMing a group of people who immediately say, I've got a broomstick, I'm going to fly 50 feet in the air and stay out of reach of everybody, because that would be so boring.
No, we just use broomsticks to get to the thing to hit it faster.
Yeah. Well, this is what I like about it. You guys are just as fair with me as I am with you. And I think that works eminently well. But the day that you start gaming the system against me is the day that I will start gaming the system against you, because it works both ways, partner. So, you know, it pays to keep me in your it pays to keep you in my good graces, I guess.
Pay attention to the system enough to try and game it.
Well, there's gaming it, and then there's like min-maxing, and min-maxing I get very aggravated by.
Well, that too
yeah.
I don't do. I just do what's fun for my.
No, we don't use Roll20. We use D&D Beyond. I guess I don't need to use the mute pedal anymore, do I? So Coded was just asking if we use Roll20. So no, this is a system called Foundry. Foundry is it's a system that I paid for. It's like 50 quid, I think, and you get a lifetime license. But it's like a virtual tabletop. That's literally what it's called. It's Foundry VTT. And it essentially has multiple game systems built into it, and you just select which one you want to use. So we use D&D 5e, but there's Pathfinder and there's loads of other ones in there as well. Kids on Bikes and that kind of thing. And then that configures the system to work how you want it to work, with whatever dice rolls, with whatever mechanics and all of that. And then we've got additional mods that we put into it, so that those mods change the behavior of certain mechanics as well to make it look better, act nicer, all of that kind of thing. And no, you're not interrupting the game at all, Coded. We've literally just finished combat the moment that you arrived. But yeah, Foundry, we use that. And then we also use Dungeon Alchemist, which it's a starter. What do you call it? What do they call it again? Kickstarter. So it was a Kickstarter thing. It was like a GoFundMe kind of a deal, where people, I think it was literally Kickstarter, they had a crowdfunding thing to start Dungeon Alchemist. Yeah, you know Dungeon Alchemist. They are basically it's AI generated maps, but it's all of their own assets. They don't steal from anybody. They don't scrape from anybody. They literally, they're a team of developers who make their own artwork and their own icons and tokens and everything, and it generates for you, which is very, very cool. But one of my campaign 1 players, who's a very good friend of mine, Swedish friend David, he's in chat sometimes actually. He bought me Dungeon Alchemist, so because I was only making things with Photoshop and just streaming my screen through Discord for our first campaign, and then it's turned into this since, because I paid some and he paid some, and together we made this great system together, because we wanted it to work great for everybody, and it seems to. It has its hiccups, but it's so much better than using Photoshop through Discord. I've got to tell you, that was a time. Oh my god, but that was bad. But what put me off about using Roll20 is you have to pay a subscription fee, and I don't want to have to do that. I prefer just the one-time payment. And also, we even had Dungeon Alchemist show up in Twitch chat I think, well, it was this year, and they actually followed me, and they complimented me on my map design, and I was like, oh my fucking god, I can't believe it, you're so fucking cool, please, I love you, and they then clipped that, and then shared it on their Twitter. They shared the video clip of me geeking out over them on their Twitter, and I don't have Twitter, so I never knew until like months after it happened. And I was like, oh my god, they put me on Twitch, on Twitter rather. They put me on Twitter as a fucking nerdy geek out. I can't believe it. This is so sick. Yeah, it was amazing. Anyway, I could go on talking about this forever, because this is legit one of my special interests, and I am about as autistic as you can get. So let's not do that to everybody. Mars needs to rest. I need to get back onto Minecraft. I'm obsessed. Right, so I will see you all next time. The community challenge is set. You have combined, you have contributed 10k already this session. All 4 of you have contributed 2k each, and then Tats gave you another 2k as well. So you are now at 10k out of 50k, and when you hit 50k channel points contributed, you will all level up to level 8. And then you can get access to the extra difficulty stuff. All of the... Oh, thank you for the follow. Coded. Yeah, you will have access to all of the cool extra artifacts, all of that legendary gear that we've got in the shop. And you'll be able to come in with some good stuff.
Of getting it.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, you the more you work as a team, the more bonuses you'll get. And I will tell you this, if you beat my levels... If you significantly are whomping my bad guys, then I will add in more bad guys to bring it up. That's what happened today. Yeah. I already knew that you were going to finish this in like an hour. Even with 5 sharks and 4 guys who command sharks, with only 4 of you, I already knew that you were
And
going to
an
womp
elk.
all of them.
Surprise elk.
So I added in the extra 4 Sahuagin that came in from the bottom. By the way, the language they were speaking was, you guessed it, Sahuagin. So that's the only language they speak. So they came in from the bottom. And then the extra 2 sharks came in from the bottom as well. I did that because you guys were womping everybody, and it wouldn't be an interesting fight if you just finished it in an hour and then we just did shit all for the rest of the time. But because of the additional people, we also had Lex get a wild magic surge, which turned them into a sheep, which I fucking loved. That was the best thing ever. Thank you, Lex, for giving me that experience of DMing somebody who turned themselves into a sheep with a wild magic surge.
Sheep.
Well, you've glowed blue before, haven't you?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
it's still glowing blue.
But you were a sheep that had resistance to all damage. So even though you had 4 HP total, and if you'd gone down to 0, then you would have reverted back to your normal form, it would have taken 8 damage to have gotten you there, because you had resistance to all damage. Oh, God. Can you imagine sitting there for 100 turns waiting for an hour to pass by? Anyway. This was great. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I mean, wild magic I love. I mean, do you know what the funny thing is, right? That, Eliora showed up when you were Durder. And Eliora is a storm-themed sorcerer with a broomstick. And now B, it finds it hard to turn up on Mondays now because B is actually an amateur actor. And so acts in a small like community play group, basically. Does like theatre, like pantomime we call it, but like panto. But also does like actual no. So it's different. Yeah, there is interaction with the audience, but it's not improvised. It's more or less like the same formulaic thing, but it's all for gags and it's mostly for kids.
Have interaction with the audience, so.
Right, but I know what both are, and this is definitely not improv. But also, hey, Erin. Erin's in chat.
Hi,
So no,
Erin.
so it's pantomime
We're
is
wrapping up here.
Panto's a different kind of thing, but yeah, Panto basically B does that. She enjoys that. Her mum is part of it as well, yeah, because they do that a lot. They can't turn up on Mondays very often, so you've not seen much of Eliora, B's character in Critters, but. She specifically themed it after storms and wanted to be a storm sorcerer, lightning themed, thunder themed, all of that. Got a broomstick and was ready to go. Had 1 session playing it, and fucking what's the name? Livia shows up, sorcerer, uses lightning bolts, has a broomstick. Now B can't be here anymore. So it's like we've got twins. It's like we've got twin sorceresses, and B can't be here anymore, and Livia is basically taken over the lightning witch role. It's very funny. Do we play small critters only? Say again? Say again?
I use fire more on my spells, but you know, it wouldn't really work.
Yeah, because you use transmuted spells a lot. That's one of the sorcerer lovely things, is that you can change the damage type of the spell, which I do appreciate when you do, because it does add a bit of variety. You meant race type. Oh, small critters only, as in like creatures. No, we had an adult golden dragon before, didn't we? That's the biggest thing that we've had, and we've had trolls and like giant size things. So yeah, we have big and little stuff. It's I either do it as by numbers or we do it as like an interesting mechanic.
I think they're asking not stuff we've fought, just what we are.
What you are?
Like
oh
the
well.
Players.
So we've got a
I'm
gnome.
technically a small critter.
I think we've got a gnome, a human, a fairy, and a human.
Is that
right?
Spider fairy, technically, but it's just a fairy with mechanically. I was gonna say canonically, but
yeah.
Mechanically, it's just a fairy.
So the actual what do you call it? The systems that we use are all of the systems that are available to you on D&D Beyond, because we have a mod that allows you to import it. No, you're not a bother. I am about to end, but don't worry. I'm gonna sign off in a sec. I'll just tell you what we do, just in case you're interested. So one of our main players on Thursdays. This is our Monday session. Thursdays are at the same time, 7 till 9 GMT, like British time, UK time. So Mars is one of the players in that with a different character. And it's set in the same universe, same homebrew universe, which is based on Norse mythology and fairy tales. It's my own design, my own story, multiple bad guys all doing their own thing when you're not dealing with them. So it's a big sandbox kind of a thing. Choose what you want to do. Choose your own adventure, you called it. So yeah, it works that way. And yeah, basically, Critters is today, Cryptic Critters. It's like, these are the Critters. They are essentially employees of Ragnar. Ragnar is the half gnome, half orc that you can see in the chair with the clipboard on the screen right now. He is a bit of a nasally kind of a boss, and the critters are his. It's his company, basically. He has a business which is called Cryptic Critters, and each of these people are his employees. The employees are assembled on a weekly basis to try and clear out dungeons. These are their artworks. To try and clear out dungeons so that they can be paid a bonus for each of the monsters that they destroy, and tokens and treasure that they collect. It gets spread out evenly among all of them, and they average out everything that they collect, so that they each get to take home a different point total, which then adds on to their own personal bank account, if you like. And we have our own private Discord area with items which I have personally selected from the available items in D&D books and beyond. And each of them has an assigned rarity, value, difficulty of getting, and also cost. And many of these people have leveled up their characters by playing so often that they have got incredible bonuses with incredible gear. It's very, very cool. The only thing that I can do is give them bigger and badder baddies, because that's the only thing I can ever do to try and challenge these folks. Today they only missed twice, and that was crazy. So it seems as though this is Cryptic Critters in a nutshell. What we do on Thursdays is we do the story, and the story is set in the same universe, but with different characters. It all happens concurrently, which is why in Critters, we don't do anything that would be world-ending or have major consequences. So if the characters die in the dungeon crawls, then basically they will just receive 0 from out of the group pot, and they will be alive next game. So there's no TPKs in Critters, but there is in the main campaign. That's the way that we keep it fair. So you can be here for 2 hours, and you can do your best, but if you get yourself killed, guess what? It was all for nothing. So that's basically the way that we do it. You'll be alive for next game, but you won't have any extra points for it. So that's basically it. That's our games in a nutshell. And I'm the DM for both. But yeah, it's all good fun. Anyway, we've let this go on for too long. Let's all go rest, do what we need to do, eat, drink, merry, sleep, whatever you want to do, whatever you need to. Use the toilet, probably. Yeah, punch a shark in the tail. Anyway, remember to be good to yourselves, and if you can't do that, then at least have fun. And please, please, please enjoy and have a safe new year. There will be fireworks. Keep your pets where they need to be. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, but then I'm pretty closeted anyway.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and if you do, name it after me and send it to college.
Absolutely. But thank you all for being here. You are, as ever, amazing critters. I've got some interesting mechanics coming up. I've let Luca hear about one of those mechanics. little mini spoiler. I am very interested to see how you deal with it. But that will be for a future episode. For now, thank you all, and good night. Bye!
Bye.